What is up? You're watching a hard carry. I'm an endgame player in OSRS with a daily show on YouTube and some weekday streams on Twitch. If you're getting interested, or sorry, if you're interested in getting better, interested in getting better at old school, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Come along for the ride with me. This is a hard mode learner raid with cross restack and skip, BGS drive by 2 pile Nilo boss, vengeance usage at Soat, some extra push for damage and aggression during Nilo's P2, and a little bit of extra polish. We're trying to get this group below 20 minutes overall time. That's our goal for this raid. If we're able to get it, fantastic. If things go wrong, we're gonna do our best to still have a good raid, learn as much as we can, understand the mistakes we make, and have a good raid. So I am on the South Freeze rule here, joined by Potato on the North Freeze rule, Trizzy on the X1X2 on the Range rule, I believe, and then Trizzy and Saitama on the Melee rules. Is that correct? That mix up orbs? I think that's right. Yeah, this is right. The way it is
Yeah.
now is right. Um, so we're doing cross free stack and skip for those of you joining and just watching from the video, or maybe joining, hanging out in Twitch chat, wondering what's going on. We're going to be doing cross free stack and skip, so I'll be freezing north 1 tick latest to south freeze, then freezing south 2 in the clump. The reason we do this is so that the Din's bulwarks our teammates will be using will be able to clip the north 1. It's a little closer. Exclamation mark cross freeze if you want to learn a little more about it. For the north freeze roll, they'll be freezing south 1, then north 2, then south 3, then the 4s. This catches everything in the clump with the south 3. They switch crabs because, I'm freezing that north 1 tick late because I have to wait a tick anyway to get the south 2 in the clump as south freeze. For X1, X2, you're staying on boss all the way till 50s. Then you'll scythe the old south 1, then throw into the clump until the clump is dead, and then scythe the new south 1 until it's dead. Then you'll get back on boss for the rest of the kill. Trizzy, your early Dins, you'll stay on boss till 50 spawn. Once 50s have spawned, you're going to go straight to the Din tile or one of its variants, and then you'll do a Din spec. Once you've done your Din spec, you'll get back on boss for the rest of the kill. You'll clear any loose crabs and get back on boss for the rest of the kill. Saitama-sama, you are our late Dins. Everything the same as Trizzy. You're going to go ahead and scythe until 50 spawn, except you'll do one extra scythe on the old north 1 before doing your Din spec. And then once you've done your Din spec, you clear any loose crabs and get back on boss. If you have any questions about your role or what you're doing, ask away. Otherwise, you can type R in game. Let me know you're ready to pot. If you're in Twitch chat and you want to root these guys out as they go for a sub 20 overall time, it's an ambitious goal here. Go and redeem some R's. Let us know that you're enjoying the show, watching, having a good time. Let's go ahead and potion. Because I definitely typed R and I'm not baiting my team. Let's go ahead.
Good
There
start
we
to the speed
go.
time.
Got a little one cabbage redemption. I'll just turn up the volume. Oh, you like this song. Little Ram Jam, Black Betty. I do like me some Black Betty. It's a tune. Hardcore R from I Got Team 87. Isn't that Swagger? Is that what that is? Drink water from Sam. Oh, let me go ahead and take a swig. Good shout. Remember, avoid those tiles. Was it last raid that I ran in early?
A little bit, a little bit, a little bit.
Should we do
I'm
it
throwing
again?
on the Rancor for this raid, so I have to switch that out. But we're here. We're here.
Let's get it. With I should be bringing with this group. I should probably be bringing the Rancor. Torvahelm is better with Rancor, but since I'm camping Blood Fury for the learner raids, the Oathblade Helm is slightly better. You ready to freeze? Beautiful. You're on time for all. Go ahead and get them all. Swing till those crabs spawn, guys. Swing till they spawn.
I forgot the dins.
Get the din spec off. It's fine. Just get another one off. Get another one off. Get another one off. Go spec. Alright, at this point it's okay to save it for the quad spec for skip. After you finish dealing with your clump X1X2, you can also help out with that loose crab. Melee you're on, push damage. Claw specs if you got him. Out we go. It's at a sub 130 again. Love to see you guys. Eat your angler, grab yourself. Quick to the next room. Don't lose ticks between rooms. 127 from this group. Clean stack and skip. To think, just a couple days ago, some of these gamers may not have even had more than 10 KC. I think Trizzy, this is like your what, third day hard boating? Something
Yeah,
like that.
literally.
You're cruising. Lead the way, potato. Nice BGS. We love to see
Huge.
that. Huge backy turn. It's down. Playing very aggressively, thinking about the time that Blitz been walking. Make sure you're fully potted here. Every piece of damage counts. Want to make the most of this big BGS we got. Ooh, we're gonna have to really push damage here. Make sure that next down we get those specs off. See someone sitting at 100, backy turn. See someone sitting at 100 spec. Make sure you get your claws off next down. Oh no, I could have sworn I clicked. It's probably a 3 down, guys. I may have perished. I thought I clicked there. Unlucky. But yeah, Tizuki, the Torva Helm is better for using Rancor, but for using Blood Fury, backy turn. I like the aggression, trying to get in there quick. If he does turn near the end of his walk, then he'll be down within the next 5 ticks. If he turns to tick 43 through 47, something like that. He might get it without me. Are they going for it? No. I respect it if you had gone for it. 6.2%. You almost got the 2 down without me.
26 Chally failed.
Are you guys of the opinion you want to give it one more try, starting from Maiden, or do you want
Mm,
to just continue this raid?
High key, yes.
Yes, continue, or yes, one more try?
Like, yes, I want to try again.
Thoughts, you guys? Anyone else down for that?
I'm
Yeah,
down.
I'm
I
down.
don't mind. I didn't say it properly. When I said I forgot my dins, like I forgot to bring it into the raid.
Oh, yeah. Let's give it another try. Go ahead and grab some of the
Yeah.
chest that's worth money. We'll give it another try. Resign at Nilo. It's faster. Speed running through to Nilo's. I grabbed myself a restore because it's just money. I could have maybe saved myself by equipping some stuff. Anyway, I'll make a fresh party at the board. I'll regear myself, accept everyone, then come back and we'll do the ready check. Take your time gearing up. Get sorted. If you guys want, I can gear check you. Just if you think you got it all though, happy to run it. I'm actually gonna drop the Blood Fury this raid and take Torva and Torva Helm. Because we're gonna try to go a little faster this raid. Where's my Torva Helm? It's probably up here somewhere. There it is. Alright, let me accept everyone at the board first. So that the party ready check plugin works. We can know when everyone's geared up. I think Potato is freezing, X12 is ranging, Trizzy was early dins, Saitama was late dins. Thanks for the commentary. I want to try Hardwood Todd one day. Have done 200 regs. We'll play. Exclamation mark HMT and join. Happy to take you anytime. Sam the streamer, just pull up. You definitely meet the requirements. It was 200 normals. I'm gonna say R if I'm ready to go. Next one, next to and Trizzy. I might have been out of
Almost
range
got.
if you already said R. Just say it again.
There
All
we
right, you're
go.
all ready. Let's go for it. And we've adjusted our setup slightly for speed. I've taken Rancor instead of Blood Fury. I've taken Torva Helm because I'm taking Rancor. It gives me that max hit threshold up to the 50 max hit, which is fantastic. There's 2 max hits on the scythe, not 1. With the new gear right now, this is the right configuration. I think with the Vernic treads, it ends up changing again. It's kind of monkus. Drop your salve and nothing else. And make sure that you're ready to do your spec right off entrance. We stay away from the Din's tile. When we start, remember those Din's tiles, we stay away from this row until the blood throws happen, then you can stand kind of wherever you want. Let's get it, you guys. Good luck. Swing hard. Small arms here. Make sure you're revenging if you broke your venge. Just ignore the tomato there. Roll with the punches. Try to navigate to a safe space. Trizzy, get close to the Din's tile. Clear loose crabs, Trizzy. Oh, a 230 barrage. Beautiful. Ignore those bloods. Find a safe place to stand, Saitama. It's a very aggressive bow. It's an elastic that I can bow. Swing hard. Close it out. Quick into the next room. Eat your angler. Grab your salve. Oh shit. I missed my salve. At least I'm not BGS drive-by. Would have been awkward if it were me. You got this, Potato. Just start the room. Don't wait. Another sub 130. This group's getting quite consistent with the cross freeze. Love to see it. I'll start talking about ways we can shave more time off. Maybe bringing the old ZCB. Make sure you're using your spec on the downs, by the way, guys. You don't want to be ending this first down with 100 spec. Itching to go on to bloat. Being aggressive here. Where's he going down? Down. It's horrible hand placement. Maybe lose ticks. East side looks safer. If you do flinch, be very careful. $47.5. Back you turn. Claws on if you got 50 spec. Back you turn. Down. Swing hard. Be fully potted, guys. 118. Don't settle for less. Oh, I decay with the sand view. Oops. Go, 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 go. Next room. Salve on the ground. Grab a shark and go. I still got 9 points. I'm fine. I'll take all the pre-fires. Potato, you taking his making to the room. Same thing as previous raid. X-Max, you're ranging the whole time. Throw chins during the first demi. Trizzy got the left side. Tommy got the right side.
Let's try to keep venging this time.
Oh, good calls. I need avenge, guys. Hit me. Melee gear on sight, then Chalet Ranger throws chins. Unlucky. Partially my mistake, I wasn't potted. Yikes. Try to avoid a stall here, I see we're falling behind. Try to kill some smalls as well. Back on bigs. Make sure you're avenging if your revenge broke. Don't lose ticks to do so though. Hey, Team West is an important pre-fire. If you got it, great. If not, oh well. Focus some smalls here. Melee gear on. Scythe and Chally. Beautiful. That barrage. It's a good barrage. I almost overlay with you. If I hadn't reacted like almost instantly, I would have net barraged the same target. Pillar health is looking okay. Could have hit this dummy. It's optional. Pillar health is not very good now on the southwest pillar. Maybe it's going to be a little tight. Might have to brew up. Stay healthy. Do what you got to do. Watch where splits go into it. Start hitting the demi. Start hitting the demi. Ignore the smalls in the room. That pillar will be fine. Trust. Just trust. I'll let demi expire. Melee gear on. We're in a 2-pile here. Group up for pot share. Go ahead and hit that one that looks like a stam. It's an Iron Man not in the sack. It's okay to use it. BGS if you got it. Claws pick if you're not. What is it? Potato? Beauty. Predict melee. React to mage. Good luck. Make sure you're staying fully potted. X1, X2 pot up. 105 is not enough. Keep swinging hard. Come on. Make sure you're venging. Flex on your teammates if you're the one casting venge. I do a blow pipe pill. Might get us the kill off this T-bow. Got it. Fantastic. Let's go. Next room. I'm 1-2. Potato 1-3. X1, X2, 2-3. Oh. Didn't move on the first tick. I don't know what happened there. You guys want it. You guys are zooming. Trizzy, go ahead and fill instead. Just fill right off the rip.
This.
I'll go ahead and fill. I missed as well. Saitama back up. Trizzy back up again.
I missed too. What the fuck?
Shit. We're potted, right?
I missed again.
Yeah,
Ah,
every
hell.
hammer miss. That's
This
wild.
Soat's like the final boss or some shit. He's just not having any of it. We thank you so much for the resub. Make sure you're venging. Venge a teammate if you don't have it. If you already have it. Make sure you're staying potted. Left 2. Saitama wait a tiny bit on this third row. It's a straight line start. Go, 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 go. Quick mazes, quick mazes. Make sure you're connecting 1 tile north at the end of your mazes. 2 should be specking myself and X1, X2. Spec should be on. Hammer should be equipped. Click this guy. Missed again. Trizzy fill if you got it. Saitama fill if you got it. Tragic. Make a sandwich in a video game. Northeast goes to the right side of the sandwich. You could tick it if you want. Optional.
Oh, what? I'm so bad, bro.
It's okay. In a funny twist
I
of
was
fate,
one
everyone
tile
else in the
off.
sandwich was also not in the right spot. Remember, if you don't have the ball, you're supposed to be in the center of the sandwich. If you do have the ball, you're supposed to be opposite one. We're still trying to go as fast as we can. Right 5. Do your maze
I was
quickly.
one tile off.
Go,
Didn't see
go,
it
go.
till,
King Papega, thanks for the follow. What a name. Love to see that name. What inspired the name King Papega? That's what I gotta know. Go, go, go. Got 50 spec, drop a hammer. I'm just a pig. Love it. If you have any Venges, cast them. I could use a Venge. Alright, I'll use my HP aggressively here. Swing hard. Out we go. Again, sip your Gothic stress if you have a Gothic stress. Drop any partial potions close to the chest. If you're trying to go really fast, it's okay if you actually forgo the exact timing. Make sure you grab your stam first, restores next, brew second to last. Drop a shark on the ground. We had someone who died, might be low supplies. And then grab brew, go, go, go. Stam, potions that restore up to 3. Sand feet counts as 1, and then brews. Go, go, go. Time between rooms is relevant. Okay, we lost a couple cycles there. Shop quick. X-2 got it. Saitama got it. Oops. Beautiful movement. Remember, if a second one spawns your quadrant, I'll hold the new one until you can take over. Potato, that's yours. Take over and you can't. Some unfortunate exhume placements. To your Saitama. I remember the BGS rule. Do not BGS unless you're Potato. And if Potato runs out of BGS, and we need more BGS, then if you have a BGS, you can help. That's a horrible start for you. 11's fine. Leave it. Claw specs if you got him. I didn't grab the splits from last raid. If you were trying to track the progress of this, because even if we have like a little accident in like one room, it doesn't mean we can't still have a better other room. Little 118 check. Saitama, sip your divine. Make sure you're venging yourself, venging teammates when you get the chance. Two, 3, 4. Beautiful. Saitama, well, you can use a claw spec here. People have multiple different ticks. You want to try to use it before this final phase? Try to position as close as you can to the exit for your quadrant. This way that you're able to get there slightly sooner. Go, go, go. Grab that staff. I know someone has space. Go. Into the next room. Drop your supplies quickly. Make your way up there. Starting. Potato, it's all yours. You could probably talk about bringing Surge Pod as well. That would save us some time. You could also have everyone be getting a Claw Scratch or 4-tick weapon fill on the very first attack of Verzik, so you can get maximum uptime. Except for the Super Pursue second in Orb Order, because they have the interesting stack. It's like, how much your staff? My staff. Dead for sure. Middle of the room. Range prayer. Piety. Sip Sanfie to block poison. Make sure you're fully potted. 118. Trizzy pot up. If you're running out of divines, put preserve on. I'm still going tears. Might do one more. Pop aggressively. Stay at 118. If you want to have a lower tolerance to try and go faster, I'll let you do it. Recommend 85, of course. Saitama, unlucky.
Oh.
Brew up, combo it if you have a combo. If you're selfing under good conditions to swing again, make sure after you brew up you restore super combat. Be careful not to heal her, she's about to go below 35. Last swing, last swing, last swing. Not healing her is really important. Healing is horrible. It's like losing 2 swings. Mage Prayer should be on. Staying fully potted. Venging teammates. I need a venge, guys. Potato cannot be venged. It's an iron. Remember, after the first attack in P3, if your venge gets popped, be ready to revenge. Only 1 swing on the crab. We're skipping here. When you see the faded lights, you can swing on Verzik. Swing a tick late, you might get cooked. Swing hard here, swing hard. Clean tanking carries P3. You're the tank, do your best to tank cleanly. Revenge if you broke your venge. Make sure you're staying potted. X1X2 pot up. Crab under Verzik care. It's dead. Position towards webs. Good damage, guys. We might see a NATO proc here. Is manageable. Make sure staying fully potted. Stam up. Probably a west proc. Maybe south proc for sure. South proc. Claw north, run to the corner, then go through. Claw north, run to the corner, then go through. Corner, claw. Keep it up, keep swinging. Even if you don't have spec, on the northeast corner, you're going to claw scratch, and then you're going to scythe before going to yellows. Claw scratch here, scythe on the corner. Don't step under there, Trizzy, just scythe there. It's just going to go into yellows. Cover your yellows. One, two, three. 3, 4, 5, 6. Under attack. Bit 2, under attack. We're chilling in the pog. Knowing how to do your pog tank quickly. Important skill for having nice, clean raids. Exclamation mark learn pog in the chat if you want to learn it. How'd we do? Oh,
Yeah.
baby!
Speedrunner.
Screw sub
Look at
20,
that.
1855.
Whoa.
That.
Fucking
GM task.
We got GM
That's
time with the learner group.
crazy.
Fucking beautiful. Love it, guys.
1855? That was over a minute.
Over
Shaved
a
off.
minute, PB. Would you look at
that's
that?
amazing.
I hope you guys feel the fun of going for these. Potato taking the MVP there. Maybe I shouldn't plank so much. Beautiful. But I love seeing that kind of thing happen. Someone in Twitch chat earlier was asking, do you guys ever get GM time with the learners? This is what it looks like when you get a group that sticks around for a few KC. We push ourselves. Let's take a picture. We celebrate GM time. Celebrate GM time together. I'll stand in the middle of this one. Or maybe, you know what? Potato with the MVP can stand in the middle. You can have it. It's not about me. Okay, apparently I have random events everywhere, so let's just get rid of those. See you later. I'm gonna pick your favorite emote. Lately, if you don't know me, I enjoy the good old twerk emote. A little twerk act. Okay, come on.
Oh
Miles
my
or guys,
goodness.
there's a random event every other angle. We'll take the cape off. Oh, I don't even have inventory space. All right, let me get the camera ready. Why is it not working? Camera's ready. Little picture time here. This is our group today. Saitama, Potato, X1, X2, Trizzy, going through a handful of raids, working towards a faster raid experience in hard mode tub. GZ at Saitama in Discord here I'm typing. GZ at Saitama, at Potato, at X1, X2, and Trizzy. Can I spell your name? Tris. Try Z. Trizzy. GM time through some hard work and dedication. Accomplished GM time in the learner raid. Let's go ahead and get some W's in the chats for these guys. Let's go and take a look at the board as well. We've got 5KC, 18KC, 39KC, 44KC, 1065KC. Would you look at that? Beautiful stuff. We love these moments. They're fantastic. Do you guys have any questions about the raid? I know
It was fun.
sometimes the
No, dude.
hopefully it was fun. Hopefully you think it's cool getting into the world of top speeding. It's not really speed running in the grand sense of like all the things you can do, but you know, getting a flavor for what it's like going for those PBs. It's a lot of fun, and it's probably why so many people get addicted to it in their end game account states. But it's definitely one of my favorite things to do in my spare time. I like doing a little bit of speed running. Got someone in Twitch chat mentioning !Tobfest. They're gonna be doing a lot of fast tobs there. Hope to be a part of those a decent amount. And then if you do !SRC, I'm also part of Speedrun Cup. It's another fun thing we get to do. A lot of fast content. You'll be able to see maybe a bit of me featured there on the team that I'm on. It's a good time. It'll be airing sometime in July, I believe. But yeah, any questions about the raid? I don't think we had anything. Let's do the feedback section, the review section of the raid, because we always like to do those. Always things we can work on, always things we can improve. So for this raid, Maiden was great. We had another sub 130 Maiden. Cross-freezing went well. Minor details, thinking about your positioning, thinking about your Venge activity. If you have Vengeance in your after 30s, you want to be positioning on the eastern north side to proc that Vengeance off prayer if you can handle it. You could also consider the ramp damage for your Vengeance if you're on a DPS roll higher in Orb Order. In this case, it would be X1, X2 probably, I think was our Ranger this raid, if I'm not mistaken. Memory's sometimes shoddy. So in your role, right, you're typically chilling on the south side of Maiden, right? Because your job
Yeah.
is South Crab. So what you'll be thinking about is when can I use my Vengeance? Can I ramp up and take a high Venge during 30s? So you could rotate around 35%, 40%, consider stealing a high Venge before the majors come in and start getting their Venges. It can hurt a lot if crabs partially leak. Pay attention to how many crabs leak if you want to do that. You might have seen, I think I hit for like a 50 something this raid off prayer, but I was ready for it. My chin was, the jawline was strong. So, but it's fast though. If you take a 50 Venge, remember that's like getting a free scythe swing. We like those. And you start playing this fun game of, can I take this Venge? And sometimes Maiden says no. so, so that's a fun one. Fun thing to look for. Otherwise, I think the Din's Bulwarks kind of did decent there. We had the first attempt at GM time with this group, and we forgot a Din's Bulwark, and then I misunderstood that actually meant left in the bank, and then we said, screw it, let's reset. And then suddenly we PB by over a minute with this group. Fantastic stuff. For Bloat, if I hadn't have perished Bloat, we would have saved 25, 30 seconds this raid. I'm just going to say I think I lagged. I don't know what happened. Maybe I was reading Twitch chat and not giving it my full attention. Shame on me. Imagine that. It could have been 20, 30 seconds even faster. Nilos went decently. Did we lose a pillar this raid? I think
Oh no.
No, almost.
the southwest one was
It was
really low.
close.
I don't think
Yeah,
we
it was
lost
close.
it. I was nervous for a second, but being able to be vocal with your team about Vengeance and Nihilorum is going to be the biggest improvement this team can get for Avenge activity there. Calling out when you need Avenge, calling out when you do Avenge will remind everyone else to Avenge as well and make you better at doing it overall without relying on like a plugin that reminds you, which you eventually will become numb to if you use the plugin. Just my advice there. My personal opinion, I guess, as well. I don't know how many people did it. I personally did it. I swung on the third demi boss at Spunks. I saw our waves were in a good state. I didn't do a great job calling it out as a teacher, but if you remember from prior to the raid when we were prepping, that was one of the things we could have looked for time save. So I played for it, in case we end up getting range mage on the demi by taking that side swing when we have a guaranteed melee. It's good stuff. And then for Sodetseg, I don't know how many venges were used aggressively. Just remember you can do it. You can take those venges. It's good stuff. And then for Zarpus, trying to keep active with your 5-ticks, using your claws. We did a better job managing our spec that raid, having a bit of a game plan. I hope you can realize has brought down the amount of wasted spec at Zarpus and considerably improved our Zarpus time. P1, we didn't do anything fancy, but we're starting to get to that point where P1 methods might start becoming relevant. Could consider bringing a spec pot just to do the triple gulp, the triple staff spec tech. So you can always be getting 3 staff specs per cycle. That'll save some time. You don't have to necessarily take damage to do that. It's just something to consider as a way to go faster. What I mean by that, the surge pot, right? If you do spec, surge pot, spec, right? That gives you 3 specs. There's other places you can use the spec. If you end up bringing like a ZCB, you could do a claw into a surge pot into ZCB in some places. That's a decent option. Could get you a little extra push and damage. The P2 stuff, I think this raid we had like one person get hit by a cabbage, which is fantastic. No offense, of course, to the person who got hit by the cabbage. Not gonna roast you here by name. Um, just being attentive to our movement, paying close attention to everything we need to pay attention to means that we end up pushing a lot more damage than we otherwise would. I think we ended up calling out, damn, that was really fast. We also did a good job not healing Verzik during reds. That's a common mistake that people make when they're trying to go fast. They're anxious, they're trying to get extra swings in, and they end up swinging when she's healing, not paying close attention to her health. I called it off early to make sure people wouldn't swing. Just pay really close attention to your cycle. One extra thing you could do to try and get extra damage in a deeper proc is notice Verzik's attack cycle. Pay attention to how that works when it leads into the first below 35% moment. If you can pay attention to her cycle and you attack before her cycle ends and the fresh cycle starts, you're able to actually sometimes swing even when the health is below 35%. So that's something to pay attention to. If you're not sure, just try watching a few of these raids back. I tend to do a decent job of doing it on these example raids, just as part of my subtle muscle memory. But look for it. If you get deeper procs, you can sometimes even skip a whole reds phase, and that whole wind-up time for reds is a big time loss if we end up having to do an extra set of reds. Speaking of that, we should be thinking about using our special attack during P2 aggressively as well. That's one more opportunity to save a little bit of time. I've mentioned it before, once you feel comfortable adding the SBS for death charges, those death charges that come off the crabs that spawn during P2, if you're doing a pipe instead of a saying, it's 2-tick save. A little harder to do because you have shorter range. It's worth it though if you're able to pull it off. And then those purple crabs that we end up popping as well, you get death charge off those. Those will save time. Giving you spec back, giving you more claws, giving you a bigger chance of a deeper proc if you time your specs well, and giving you a better chance of a clear in one down, so to speak, in one attempt at reds for P2. And then for P3, as we go into P3, having good eyes for vengeance throughout P2 and having clean play will mean we have not only all the venges pre-venged for P3, but also revenges for P3 after the first attack. Always be paying close attention to your teammates. If they end up getting hit by a cabbage and your venge is off cooldown, they might have used their venge recently. It just happens, So be ready to venge your teammates during P2 so that you don't have any situation where you're wasting venge cooldown. And then for P3, staying fully potted, I try to be really aggressive by watching the everyone's stats and like basically one ticking all of the calls to repot. I can't always be in your ear doing that. It's too much for me to manage sometimes. If I end up in a situation where I need to take care of my own gameplay, I won't be able to call everything out. I do my best to though. Hopefully you guys don't feel too disturbed when you hear me call your stats are down. It's not to flame you specifically, it's to help you pay attention to it, do a better job staying potted. Same thing with like the preserve calls if you're out of divine. Those little details make a huge difference in your DPS, and you see it in the time we save this raid. We save the whole minute, right? And then if we do a good job during P3 keeping our stats high, using our venges appropriately, we'll always kill it before the green ball. And that green ball is what usually kills learners, right? The mistake of trying to pass it and whatnot. All right, I yapped for a really long time trying to clean up, show you guys where we can maybe find even more polish to save more time. Those are just my thoughts on it. Do you guys have any questions? I yapped a lot there. Sometimes like something I say won't be clear or something. Any thoughts on it?
I had one question.
Go for it.
So, how do you deal with tornadoes and the yellows, because I just healed at yellows.
Yes. So tornadoes and yellows can be a bit tricky. And the idea behind tornadoes and yellows is you need to be attacking Verzik prior to yellows from the corner of Verzik that's farthest from yellows. In this case, if you were part of the Pog Tank cycle, right, we're ending the cycle southeast. So the question is, where is Trizzy in that cycle? Were you the person who was southeast?
Yellows, yeah.
Yeah, so you had the hardest roll for yellows, believe it or not. I mean, technically, you could argue my roll was kind of difficult too, because mine were under Verzik, but that's partially why I take center. It's slightly more annoying to do it under Verzik when you got a group that starts keeping Verzik in the center. But to deal with your situation, you don't have the luxury of luring your NATO far away. I bet Potato was chilling, right? Because his yellows were northwest, right? So you're just like, oh, I just go to my yellows, it's free. But everyone else is probably like, shit. The northeast, southeast typically are a little harder. The west side has it a little easier in that cycle. Anyway, the way to deal with yellows, you have a couple options. If you're really low HP and you're nervous or something like that, the beginner friendly method, for those of you in Twitch chat or those of you learning hard mode TOB, the beginner method is simply stand on yellows, let the NATO hit you on low HP, then start healing up and restoring super combating. And you want to heal up just as much as you can to where you balance your thoughts of like, I can clear the Ray with this much HP left, so that you're not wasting hits unpotted. That's kind of a thought on it. And then for a more intermediate method, right, you're going to try to lure your tornado a little bit away and then take your yellows to last second. That will help. And then the more advanced way of doing it, the clean way of doing it, you'll run to your yellows, and you'll be basically timing when the first yellow lands. You'll be separated from your yellows, and you want to be orthogonal or perpendicular to where the tornado is in your first yellow. That sounds a little confusing, but basically, if I don't know if you can see where I am. I'm near the board right now. Do you see where X1, X2 is and I am?
Yeah.
If X1, X2 is a yellow, right, and my NATO is here, right, the pathing that's correct against this situation, right, is actually this pathing, where like I'm walking this way when I go to the yellow. The idea is like that makes it so that the NATO will be here when I'm here going to the yellow. It will always target your previous tile, so if I were to be walking here and the NATO were here and I walk here, the NATO will not hit me. And I have to time it perfectly. I will walk onto my yellow and then 3 ticks between yellows each time. And if my yellows are like here, here, and here, this is like one of the most annoying ones, what you'll see me do is I'll pass something like this. So I'm on the yellow, 1, 2, 3, and then I'll be 1, 2, 3. I'll make like a snake, and I'll be walking every tick, 3 ticks between yellows, 2 tiles off the yellow, the 1 tile on the yellow. And this will make it so that the NATO never hits me. And whenever I've lured the NATO like this, whichever way I went the first time, I go the opposite way after the last yellow. So if I'm on this yellow at the really end, I'll actually go up this way to dodge, and I'll never get hit by my NATO if I do that. It's a lot of extra things to think about during yellows, and it's kind of like what's going on in the back of my head when I do it. And nowadays, I'm not thinking so much about like, oh, I do a snake, I path these tiles. I just mostly think, okay, I get to my yellows, I'm walking into my yellow, the ticket lands, taking 2 steps and then running onto a yellow, taking 2 steps, running onto the yellow. And as long as I never run into my own tornado, then I won't get hit by the NATO. Other small details, I try to make a conscious effort to go farthest to closest. If that puts the tornado between, if that puts the yellows between me and my tornado. So imagine like, imagine Verzik is off towards the entrance of TOB over here somewhere, right? And then
Mhm.
And then my yellows are like here, and my tornado is between me already. In that case, I will go close to far. That's the one time I go close to far. Because if I go far to close, I'll run into my tornado, and it's really annoying. But if it's the other way around, imagine the NATO is like, for some reason, like up here somewhere, and Verzik's over by the entrance. In that case, I will go far to close, so I'm closer to Verzik after my last yellow. I can go straight at Verzik, and lose fewer ticks running to Verzik. So those are like all my thoughts on yellows, dealing with yellows with tornadoes. Um, the depth that I'm kind of giving here is the depth I would give to someone who's gotten GM time, right? So that's why you're getting a little more information about yellows and the particular pathing choices I make. Not everything will stick probably that you're hearing me say here, but maybe it'll kind of make sense as you try it out a few times. The fundamental idea is you move onto the yellow the tick that it's available rather than just camping it. and you take 2 steps off the yellow, then a step onto a yellow, 2 steps off the yellow, then a step onto the yellow without wasting any tick standing still. If you're always in motion and not walking towards your tornado, it will never hit you. Okay, long answer to a simple question, maybe. Maybe you weren't
No,
expecting
that
it.
was good. That was really good,
No,
guys.
no, it's great. It's great. It's great.
Any other questions?
I
All
have a
right.
question about the death charge. Like, if does the death charge only go to the first person who blows up the purple crab?
That's a good question. I think it only goes to one person. I'm not sure how it's actually allocated. If like 2 people hit it on the same tick, I think it's just PID. It's like it's random at that point. So you're saying like if someone killed the purple crab and then I hit it as
Yeah,
well,
like
right?
who initiated the pop? Like, does it go to them first?
Yeah,
The death charge?
I'm pretty sure it's the last one, but it's not like it's not like it's like the person who made the green splat necessarily. So I'm pretty sure the
Oh,
death charge is
really?
um calculated when it expires, which means you can steal it from someone. So if you hit it alone on a tick late, and the reason I bring this up is because like during reds, you may have noticed if you hit the purple crab, Tomato in chat's confirming it here. Last one that hits it is definitely still some people's death charges. Devil face, love it. But the idea is like during reds, the purple will wait until Verzic's next attack cycle to actually pop. So you'll sometimes see that green hit splat, and then you can pipe it like 6 or 7 more times before it finally expires. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If not, then just wait for a red cycle to start, like goes below 35% HP, and then try popping a purple. It'll take forever for that purple to pop. Um, so I guess if you pipe it right before it expires, you can yoink the death charge. But it's whoever killed it, and if barring that, whoever hit it last. That being said, don't waste the ticks hitting a purple that's already been procced unless you have a really good reason to. Like the person who hit it has 100 spec and you know they have a death charge and you're trying to stop them from wasting it and they're supposed to spec Verzik and then do a ZCB with a surge. But I don't know. I can't come up with a good reason for it, but I don't think people are using ZCB on Verzik that way anyway. I think it's on cooldown in most raids. But but yeah, the death charge goes to the last person who hit the purple, I guess. And if it's a tie, then it goes to PID.
That applies to the red crabs too.
I think so. I mean, there's a neat thing. Okay, so you say red crabs. I'm assuming you mean red crabs at Verzik. There's a neat mechanic for
Yeah.
red crabs that you'll notice if you do duos, where if you scythe a crab that someone else barrages, it's actually the person who scythes it who gets the death charge if it dies, even if the barrage damage lands later, which is the most counterintuitive thing. I was kind of my mind was blown the first time I kind of like worked out that's how it worked. It's just so confusing that it works that way, but it's just how it goes. So it's maybe it's just how barrage damage is queued or something. It just doesn't take death charge because it's like counted earlier. Maybe it lives in the projectile. I don't know how it works. But that's my thought on it. Okay, I've been yapping for a little while. I'm gonna wrap up the YouTube video. I'm sure they love the conversation as much as you guys do. But if you're still watching the video and you listen to my yap session there at the end, shout out to these guys again for getting GM time. Again, that was Potato, Trizzy, X2, and Saitama Sama. And shout out to all you guys who are still watching the video. I like you. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. For all of you taking on the theater, good luck and good raids. All right. Motion sickness for next raid, I guess. I don't know where. Where is it, Impy? There'll be a cliffhanger for next episode. Where do you want the next motion sickness, Impy? Which room? Verzik! Which phase? P1, P2, or P3? You get one phase for Verzik. Dear God. P1. Oh no! Alright, maybe next episode we'll see some P1 Verzik spinning. Good luck, you guys. Have a good one. Catch you in the next one.